enough. Fair enough.
You know who really figured out the bald spot covering thousands of years ago? The Jews. They really did. They solved the Costanza, where it's like, what's your tribe's hat or your fucking scarf or whatever the hell you do? And they're like, well, it's a hair-colored small thing that fits conveniently right over the bald spot. And everybody's like, fuck. How did they? Can we do it too? Oh no, it's taken. We copyrighted it. And it's like, yeah, so they really figured that out.
Royalties.
Yeah, you have to pay us royalties. But I'm sorry, but we can't be letting the Ammonites walk around with our bald covering hats. We have to pay for it. Yeah, that's the best thing about yarmulkes is you could just hide a lot of baldness and nobody would really notice. You don't even notice yarmulkes if it's the same color as the person's hair for the most part until you see those little clips that keep it in. I'm sure there's a workaround on that.
I see it, but to be honest, I think bald spot's a better look. But maybe I just like when things are going rough for you, you stand tall. You put your chest out, hold your chin up, be you. It's a good look. Somehow my head morphed into like I've seen people who get like unpopular on YouTube or on Twitch, or there's a guy who was unpopular on Woodycraft. Rabbit was in his name. Everybody's hating on him, right? Just for some reason, 1,000 people all decided they didn't like him at the same time. So what'd he do? Fucking logged in, Twitch stream, and he was just him. And everyone's like giving him shit, and he's still me. I'm still here. And he won me over.
Wait, was he Jewish?
No, I moved off.
Oh, I wasn't sure how to.
No, I don't think he was. I don't know. He was white.
And then this strong Israelite stood up to Samson.
It's just a good look, man. Like when the world's piling down on you, you can either hide or you can be like, yeah, I'm here. I like it.
I remember feeling like an absolute retard when I saw yarmulke spelled out for the first time.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, what in God's, what is that? What is that? And someone told me how you spell yarmulke. And I was like, Yarmulke cannot possibly be yarmulke, but it is.
Yeah, it's a real mess. That's an interesting language they've got there.
Good Lord, that's the spelling?
Yeah, isn't that bullshit? You know, talk about gatekeeping.
I would not have known that. That's worse than hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, yeah. Oh, way more. At least with hors d'oeuvres, you kind of know, like, it's French. It's going to be silly. I don't know.
That's clearly a Yarmulke.
A Yarmulke.
And I like that you could literally spell it with confidence off the top of your head. Or did you have it in front of you?
No. I see. It's one of those things I just remembered. Even at looking at it the first time, I'm like, that's so silly. I'm never going to forget how to spell it.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, who? Right, that does have a W.
Well, the important thing is we're all somewhere on the spectrum.
It doesn't need it, but I put it there just to look good. It's not woo.
Get this. We're going to add an L and a K. Really trick them up. Yeah. So, anywho.
Oh, I don't know if we finished the impeachment discussion or not.
Oh, that was it. I only wanted to talk about the impeachment thing so I could get to that guy's ridiculous video.
Gotcha.
I didn't really care about the impeachment.
I Googled yarmulke because I wanted to like visually show it to everybody. And I found this one. Pretty great. About to show it to you, audience.
Oh, I've seen the
Oh, that's
yarmulke.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's looking out for you guys.
Skull cap? That's a
Oh no,
name.
In related, there's one that says PB on it. That's for Proud Boys.
Oh. Huh.
Proud Boys, Uhuru,
they're related?
yarmulke, kippa, skull cap, black suede. Suede? Do you want suede on your head? What if it rains? These I would not recommend to any of our yarmulke wearing viewers to get a suede yarmulke.
It's a kippa.
I think that's just another way of saying yarmulke, right?
Awesome black suede kippa with the laurel. The only place you'll find it. Wear it to temple. Impress everyone. Be cool. Be proud. Great bar mitzvah present.
That's hilarious. Wear it to temple. Impress everyone. Did you see him wearing a brand new kippa? It's like, wait, but like, that's the one place you're not going to impress people because you're competing with all the other skull caps and kippas.
His jewelry store must be taking off.
Yeah. No, the trick is we make it out of suede. Last 3 days, they need another one. Yeah. So
wow. I'm yarmulke shopping for some reason. Here's a $36,000 kippa. Here's one that comes with locks of hair down the side.
Oh, good.
This-
How long do you think if you put a yarmulke on and like showed up at a temple on Saturday or whenever they do it? How long do you think until you got called out?
I've done that.
Or do you think you could just walk in and pretend to be Jewish? Yeah.
It's not that exclusive. Like
I don't know. I know like the Mormons don't let you do that shit. You have to like pass a test or something.
no. So I grew up in New Jersey, where there's a big Jewish population, and I went to the fuck is the temple, a bunch of times, and they're like, "Do you want to wear a yarmulke?" And sometimes I said yes, sometimes I said no, and maybe it's because I was a kid, you know, like no one's gonna call out like a 9-year-old, but my impression was like, you know, they're not hating on anyone who goes there and behaves.
Is it? Were you going for bar mitzvahs or bat mitzvahs and stuff? That's the only time I've been in there
to spend time. I have been to. I don't know if I've been to I've been to bar mitzvah and a bat mitzvah, but in this case, I think maybe I had a sleepover or something, and that was just how their Saturdays went.
What a terrible part of sleepovers as a kid is when you went to someone's house and you were good friends with them, but they had the kind of parents that made you go to church with them on the Sunday morning. Didn't that suck ass?
Never happened once.
Really?
Never experienced that. Yeah.
I've absolutely gotten stuck dozens of times where it's like, Adam, had a great time last night. We had some, back and forth playing Mario Party and Mario Kart and all the Mario games we know and love. I'm going to call my mom and have her come pick me up. And then like Mrs. Adam's mom will be like, "Oh, Taylor, we spoke to your parents. We're going to drop you off after church." It's like, ha ha ha. Yay. And then like one of those times, the time I stayed up the most was first grade. And I think it was first grade when I went to I spent the night at my friend Ben's house and we watched every single 007 movie from like the 60s, like all the ones we could that night before we passed out. Because we were playing GoldenEye downstairs on the N64 and it got us hankering for the actual movies. We hadn't seen them. And the next morning we got up, the old "you're going to church with us, Taylor" surprise dropped. And I get there and it is a speaking in tongues kind of church.
Oh, yeah.
And so just randomly in the middle of singing, someone will like sidestep from the aisle into, first of all, it's like, why are the only people speaking in tongues? Did they prepare by sitting on the end of the pew so they could step into the limelight? I don't know. And then they would step in and start, just literally nonsense. But as a kid, it's a little startling.
Oh, yeah. People got attention before YouTube.
Yeah.
I was first guy. Like, shut up.
Now all the attention whores are on YouTube and Spotify. Nice to meet you.
It all started because some guy named like Isaiah in the year 1 was like, "This is a social experiment just to see how people react." And then just speaking in tongues.
As I was thinking about it, like the churches I was forced to go to, the Jewish people were much more accepting than the Catholics. The Catholics, I really felt like I was made not to belong. And, like 90% of the people go up and receive their biscuit and wine, but they're like, "Not you, Woody. You're, got a little touch of Satan in you. You'll have to sit here by yourself until we all come back." Like, fuck.
Really? All the Catholic
they didn't let you
churches
take
I've gone
communion?
to, it was optional.
Oh, I'm pretty sure communion is just for real Catholics.
No, the Catholic churches I've been to, because a lot of my family's Catholic, like they would let anyone go up there.
What?
I think they just didn't like you.
Yeah.
Well,
That would be so funny.
well, my feelings of exclusion were well warranted.
Everyone is welcome. Not that kid. No, not that one. The one behind. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
those African refugees. I don't care what you believe in. Come on up here, kids. I know you're hungry. But Woodworth, stay. No juice for you.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They didn't let you take communion. That's fucked.
It's pretty funny, though. Just shoot you down. Well,
my
the Lord
shit.
lost a little bit of weight, and we don't have as much of him to pass around.
So it turns out the communion requirement is that you're baptized Christian, which I have been, but Methodist. And I didn't realize that
They were just being shitty for
Yes,
no apparent reason
yeah.
to you as an individual.
I
not
learned that.
you
I mean, that was probably almost 35 years ago. I was made to believe to feel this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe because you were so young and supple that priest just couldn't bear the temptation of having you open your mouth on your knees in front of him. He knew he was just going to have to slip it in. So he was just like, no, my son.
If he knew anything
Not
about
you.
me, he would have called me up.
I went
Not
to,
today, Satan. Not today.
not today, Lord of Darkness.
I was joking that
I
I'd
went
be down.
to
It was a Milo level joke, but anyway, carry on.
no, I went to when I was little, a Billy Graham thing, probably like first or second grade. Like Billy Graham, the evangelist who would go around and have like revivals where he'd like show up in Atlanta or St. Louis or Memphis or wherever, and be like, every Christian, come on down to the fucking Rams Stadium or whatever, the fucking Falcon Stadium, and we're gonna revive and get everybody up, and everybody's gonna be excited. We're gonna talk about God. And it was like there were TV cameras, like, and so basically, like, we were sitting up in the seats the way we would for like a Rams game, and way up there, the entire bottom area where the field is, like the expensive seats are there, but most of it's just kind of open space. And there's a big stage there, and Billy Graham's up there preaching, and I'm not at all paying attention. I got 2 hot dogs that night, though.
Ooh.
And I was hanging out, doing that, and then at the end, he does this thing where he's like, and anyone today who would love to accept the Lord into your heart, come on down and accept the Lord as your God. And so, like, none of the people I was there with were doing it, and I noticed the TV cameras down there. And so my hand shot up, and I was like, I want to go. And so my mom was like, oh, that's so great. And so I just started walking down with her. And then when we're walking hand in hand, and like after I get down there, if my memory's correct, because like I did believe in God and all this stuff at the time. And I went down there, and there's like hundreds of deacons or whatever the fuck, like grabbing people's hands in prayer and like clasping with them and pray with me, and help me be Christ-like, whatever the fuck. And we get down there as I'm seeing all of these earnest things, like people who really are earnestly wanting to be Christians. I like felt so guilty that I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I just wanted to be on TV. Oh. And she didn't get mad. She just made me pray with that guy, and then I got to go back up and have my second hot dog.
Were you on TV?
No.
Oh.
No, I was not on TV. It was a total bust. Not at all worth it. And it did clearly the cure didn't take. So,
I wish young Taylor shot a devilish look at the camera. A little, like, I don't know what it would take, but that'd be perfect.
What was it at the time? All the kids did, they like made the blood sign with their fingers. Remember that?
A blood sign? What does that look like?
I don't remember how to do it, but like you spell out
blood with your fingers. It's a street game.
Oh, I have seen that.
I don't remember,
but I can't do it.